inaasahan, ang kabalikat ng bayan. Handog sa miyembro, serbisyo magkabago Express.
Hello, good morning po. Mabuting araw po sa lahat, especially sa ating mga ka-eskwela viewers. Am I loud and clear na po ba ako?
Yes po, Sir AJ. Loud and
Thank you
clear
so much
po.
po. So, first of all po, I'm Alan John AJ Habate from the Sickness, Maternity, and Disability Benefits Administration Department, and I would like to first thank the Medical Member Education Department for allowing us to be invited for this kind of webinar. So, ako po yung na-assign to inform everyone regarding the resumption of the prescriptive period of filing for the sickness benefit. Hindi po siya ganun kahaba unlike kay funeral na medyo marami po yung slide. So, short and but brief po ang ating ang presentation. So, mag-share na po ako ng slide ko. Okay. So, kita na po ba?
Yes po, Sir AJ. Salamat po.
So, start na po ako. Ito po ay updates po regarding sa ating released circular number 2023-008 or the resumption of the prescriptive period of filing of sickness and involuntary unemployment or separation benefit claims. So, dito po, purely ang i-discuss po natin is all about the resumption for sickness benefit, for filing of sickness notification and sickness benefit reimbursement application, or the sickness benefit application for voluntary self-employed and separated employees. So, pursuant to the Social Security Commission Resolution number 402 series of 2023, dated September 20, 2023, approving the resumption of the prescriptive period for filing of sickness benefit in view of the proclamation number 297 dated July 21, 2023, or the lifting of the public health emergency throughout the Philippines due to COVID-19 as issued by the Office of the President. So, all sickness benefit po, claim that falls on March 1, 2020 until the start of the effectivity of this circular, the claim may still be filed within 60 days or extension of 60 days from the calendar days from the said of effectivity date. So, please be informed that the said circular was published in the Philippine Star and was also registered with the Office of the National Administrative Register on October 19, 2023. Hence, ang magiging effectivity date po natin for the circular number 2023-008 is October 19, 2023. So meaning po, starting March 1, 2022 until October 19 of 2023, all deadlines for sickness benefit claims that falls on March 1, 2020 or until October 19, 2023, claim may still be filed through the online system on or before December 18, 2023. So yun po yung last day ng effectivity date po or the 60-day calendar effectivity date po ng extension po ng filing po doon po sa nasabi po nating ang contingency. So magbibigay po tayo doon ng example after this slide. So since nag-resume na po tayo ng lifting or nag-lift na po tayo ng extension period of filing, babalik na po tayo sa dating ruling po natin para po sa filing of notification and SBRA. Ito po yun sa screen natin. First po, for the sickness notification of employed, the rules of notifications are as follows. For home confinement, from employee to ER or employer, so within 5 calendar days after the start of confinement. And ER to SSS naman po is within 5 calendar days after the receipt from the employee. So, however, if the 5 calendar day notification period of the employee to the employer and the employer to SSS respectively may be done on the next working day if the last day of filing of sickness notification falls on a Saturday, Sunday, or holiday. However, should the member or employer fails to notify or file the reimbursement claim on the immediately succeeding or next working day, the usual procedure shall be applied in the evaluation based on the actual date of notification or reimbursement was received by the SSS. Okay po. So magbibigay po tayo ng sample cases po nito para mas clear din po. So unlike since naman po yung before naman po ito na ruling, so medyo nakalimutan po natin since matagal po yung naging pandemic at naging matagal po yung duration ng extension period of filing. Kaya siguro some other employers po is nawala na po yung kung paano po i-compute yung ruling ng 5 days ng notification po natin. So, let us proceed to the hospital confinement naman po. So, employee to employer, not necessary since hospital discharge po siya. So, ER to SSS po within 1 year from the date of hospital discharge. So, for the SBR or for the SBA po, ito yung sickness benefit application for the self-employed, voluntary members, and separated from employer, sorry. So, for home confinement within 5 calendar days after the start of confinement. So, for the hospital confinement naman, so kung mapapansin nyo po pala sa home confinement, wala na pong ER to SSS since ito po is for voluntary, separated, and self-employed employees, members po ng SSS. So, for home confinement naman po, within 1 year from the date of hospital discharge. The filing of the sickness benefit application shall be considered as notification of the member to the SSS. Yun po yung 5 calendar days from the start of confinement. So sa prescriptive period naman po for SBRA, once approved na po ito ng Medical Evaluation Center po natin, yung mga final po natin na sickness notification. So ang ifa-file po natin na prescriptive period for home confinement is 1 year from the start of confinement. And hospital confinement po, 1 year from the date of hospital discharge. So medyo baka po malito po tayo. So pag home confinement po, 1 year from the start of confinement, while hospital naman po is 1 year from the date of hospital discharge. So next po is the employer shall remind the employee of the submission of the required supporting documents for notification to avoid reduction or the worst denial of the claim po. Kasi possible po yun since bumalik na po tayo dun sa regular filing po of sickness notification. So the employer's sickness notification must be approved by the SSS prior to the filing of SBRA. Kasi hindi naman po lalabas sa list of approved sickness notification ng employer's portal ang approved na sickness notification kung hindi po ito na-approve ng Medical Evaluation Center natin. So, yun nga po, like what I said, the circular po was published in the Philippine Star and was also registered in the owner noong October 19, 2023. And in case the deadline for the sickness or involuntary separation benefit falls on March 1, the claim may still be filed so until December 18. So 60 calendar days po 'yon. So magbibigay po tayo ng sample case po for the contingencies or deadlines that falls ng March 1, 2020 and October 19, 2023 para mas malinawan po ang ating mga minamahal na viewers and employers po regarding po sa pag-evaluate. Although ito po kasi is part na po ng ating mga processors o mga reviewers during the evaluation of the claim. So for example po is approved confinement period. So example na confinement period natin is October 21, 2022 to October 30, 2022. So yun nga po like what we said, deadline the deadline for sickness benefit that falls on March 1, 2020 until October 19, 2023 may still be filed So since ito po is October 20, 2023 yung deadline po niya. So dun muna tayo mag-start. Syempre may late filing na po siya. Subject na po siya for late filing. So example lang po natin, this is for home confinement. Ang filing date po kasi niya is October 25, 2023. So from the 1 year, away lang po. So 1 year period immediately before that date, the claim of for benefit or reimbursement is received by the SSS. Ito po yung 1 year po niya. So October 25, 2023, 1 year immediately po is October 25, 2022. So nabawasan na po siya kaya ang magiging compensable na lang po niya is 6 days kasi from October 25 2020 October 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 25 at up until October 30, 2022, yun na lang po yung magiging compensable number of days po niya since yung deadline of filing naman po is hindi po nag-fall sa October 19, 2023. Kaya po naging subject na po siya for late filing. So ito naman po yung sa notification po natin. Approved confinement period is October 1, 2023 to October 15, 2023. So sa evaluation po ng notification po natin, since ito po ay nag-fall October, ang notification po niya from EE to ER is October 6, 2023. So from October 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 days. So pasok po siya. And date of notification po ER to SSS is October 15, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hanggang 10 days po yan. So until October 11. Hanggang October 15 notification. So no late filing po ito ng ER since the deadline is within the prescriptive period of filing, yung notification po natin. So ulitin ko po, October 1, 2023. Ang deadline po niya within 5 days is October 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So nag-fall po until October 19, 2023. Submission po ng deadline, kaya po hindi po siya na late filing during the evaluation. So dito naman po sa next sample natin is yung may deduction po. So for example, October 16, 2023 to October 30, 2023. So ang 5-day period po niya, deadline is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So hanggang 21, hindi po nag-fall sa deadline na October 19 yung 5th day deadline po ng notification that may result to subject for deduction. So since October 23, 2022 yung kanyang notification, however, October 21, 2023 yung deadline, so may late filing na po siya ng 2 days. So subject na po ito for late filing because the deadline of EE to ER is October 21, 2023, and however, it was filed on October 23, 2023. So ang magiging compensable confinement period na lang po niya is October 18, 2023 to October 30, 2023 po. Ito naman po for hospital confinement. So kung ang date natin is October 1, 2022 to October 30, 2022. However, di ba po, as previously tackled, ang hospital confinement po is magbe-base po tayo ng 1 year period from the date of hospital discharge. So titingin po tayo sa date of hospital discharge na October 10, 2022. So 1 year period po nito is until October 9, 2023. So nag-fall po siya sa October 19, 2023 deadline wherein the claim is subject for payment since the deadline falls po from until October 19. So ulitin po natin, pag hospital po, hospital discharge po tayo magbe-base ng 1 year prescriptive period pag to identify if subject pa po siya for extension na until December 19 po ang filing po nito. So since pasok po siya sa deadline, good for payment po ito. So next naman po, October, ang date of hospital, approved confinement period is October 21 to October 30, 2022. Again, this is hospital discharge. So we will base the 1-year prescriptive period of filing on the date of hospital discharge, hindi po sa approved confinement. So October 25, 2022, so 1-year period po inito is until October 24, 2023. So ito po is hindi pumasok sa October 19, 2023 deadline. So it's already beyond the deadline po. So kahit sabihin po natin na meron po, sir, 1 day lang po ako na-late, bakit na-deny? Kasi po, per ruling po natin that for hospital confinement, if deadline of the 1-year prescriptive period will fall, within 1-year period, automatic subject na po ito for denial since meron na po tayong duration kasi na 1-year period, unlike dun po sa mga home confinement na hindi po nagkaroon ng hospital discharge. So kumbaga may leverage of time pa po talaga si employer and member to file the member sickness benefit because na-hospitalize po siya. So yun po yung parang pinaka-consideration na po ni employer, ni SSS po sa mga members na confine at na-hospitalize po. So that's the end of my presentation. So like what I said po, hindi naman po siya ganun kahaba. However, in addition lang po, para po dun sa mga nagtatanong, meron po kasi tayong na-encounter na mga errors during the online submission po ng sickness notification po. So baka i-advance ko na rin po sa inyo since ito po ay parang marami na rin po kaming nare-receive na concern kasi po nung October 27, brief background lang po that on October 27, 2023, the new employer portal was deployed to production to enable and implement multi-factor authentication added security features in the login details of my.sss. However po, technical or login issues were encountered by various employers as reported by concerned units such as the Medical Communications and Assistance Department, the Member Electronic Services Department, and as well as the branch offices. There is a possibility po kasi that yun nga po, the employer will not meet the required period to submit their SN, which may result to the reduction or denial of their benefit kasi hindi po sila nakaka-login, nahihirapan po sila mag-login, tapos po yung portal po natin for the submission of sickness notification is nag-error din po. So, meron po kaming proposal regarding po dun sa extension po. This extension is being proposed to address the various concerns that have been raised by the employers relative to the payment of contributions or submission of sickness benefit that resulted sa reduction po and denial during the meron po kasi kami na-encounter na nagfa-file po ng sickness benefit reimbursement application tapos po nagkakaroon ng error. It's either late filing at nare-reduce po yung amount na makukuha po nila or denied na po siya due to late filing of notification from employer to SSS. So, meron po kaming propose and sa Social Security Commission to extend po the deadline of submission of sickness notifications for employers within the contingency date of October 20, 2023 to December 19, 2023. So ito po yung mga contingency dates na to may still be filed until December 29 of 2023. So thankfully naman po nakakuha po kami ng balita na currently po is na-approve na po yung aming extension or aming proposal for the extension po nung contingency na sakop po nung nagkaroon po tayo ng error sa submission of the sickness benefit. And we are just still awaiting na lang po for the official feedback po from the management na pwede na po namin itong ipa-implement at magbibigay po kami ng circulars po para po sa guidelines kung paano po ang filing po nito. So, yun lang po. So, if ever may questions po kayo, I'm willing to answer na po. Thank you so much po for listening from the topic po to the resumption of filing of the sickness benefit.
And maraming salamat, Sir AJ, sa pag-discuss ng prescriptive filing period ng sickness benefit at sa pag-anticipate na rin ng mga questions natin. Isa yan sa maraming questions na pumasok through our chat facility.
In advance ko na po.
Yes. So, before we proceed with the Q&A, announce ko lang rin mga ka-eskwela na hindi lang naman yung sickness benefit yung nag-resume ng prescriptive filing period, pati na rin yung unemployment benefit.
Yes.
At isa to sa magiging next topic natin, no? And maglalabas din naman ng mga updates through social media, mga verified social media accounts ni Social Security System. So antabay lang po tayo doon mga ka-eskwela para sa mga updates natin. So Sir AJ, ready na po ba para sagutin yung mga nag-gather nating mga questions?
Ready na po.
Ayan. So, first question, this is from Marion. Anong particular date po na gagamitin na namin yung 5 days sa employee, then 5 days sa employer po ba? So, parang kinaklarify lang niya. Siguro naglilito siya sa 5 days, 5 days.
So, yung 5 days po na yan, yung, di ba po, yung deadline po kasi natin is until October 19. So, yung October 20 2020 onwards, doon na po mag-presume yung 5 days. However, nga po, nagkaroon po ng error. So, previously mentioned po na currently po, nasa processing stage na po kasi since na-approve na po ito ng Social Security Commission, we will now be parang preparing po the deployment po and the official release po nung extension period of filing since nagkaroon po tayo ng error during the submission of sickness notification.
Thank you for the clarification, Sir AJ. And wag tayo mag-alala, mga ka-eskwela, regarding that sa employer account. Arlie, yung topic natin mamaya, no, tatalakayan ng isa sa mga natin, speakers natin, yung TOTP. So, antabay lang po tayo dyan. So, for our next question, this is from Miss Linda. What if the sickness application was approved after 1 year from the start of confinement na? Can we request for reconsideration if SBRA was filed beyond 1 year period?
So okay. So kumbaga ang lumalabas kasi po dito is nag-file po sila ng sickness notification, for example 2022. So hospital discharge po ito, tapos 2023 lang po nila na-file. However, kung question po nila is nahabol naman nila yung date of hospital discharge. So please take in mind lang po sa ating mga minamahal na employer that evaluation of sickness notification from the medical evaluation section is different from the deadline of submission of sickness benefit reimbursement application. That will be the basis po yung date of hospital discharge. So if ever man po na if you wanted talaga to file for a reconsideration, you may submit a letter request for reconsideration to your SSS servicing branch together with the supporting documents po subject for evaluation po ng ating mga local benefits review committee kung i-approve po siya. So hindi po ibig sabihin nito na once na nag-file po tayo ng sickness benefit reconsideration, ma-approve po ito. Siyempre, the local benefits review committee will based on the Social Security law. So again, sickness notification submission is different po from the submission of sickness benefit reimbursement application. Kasi may ganito po kaming na-encounter na nanirefer po sa amin. So, buti na lang na-mention din po ito at nasagot po natin. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir AJ, for the clarification. And for our next question, this is from Raylene. What about yung mga seafarers na naman na-confine sa hospital, on-board confinement siya, then pinauwi po? Applicable po ba yung 5 days sa kanila?
Actually po, evaluation po niyan is from the Medical Operations Department. So, we will clear na lang din po yung ganyang guidelines. Pero however, kasi po, doon po sa binigay po natin na ah, mga examples, yung rules of notification po is applicable for self-employed, voluntary member, OFWs, land-based or sea-based, and non-working spouse po. So, syempre, based pa rin po yan sa evaluation po ng Medical Evaluation Center if isa-subject po siya for that. Kasi, ang seafarers po is 5 days lang po talaga. Kasi hindi po siya 5 days, 5 days. Kasi hindi naman po siya, unless kung employed po siya, 5 days po siya. Pero, depende po siya sa categorization kung employed po siya or hindi.
Thank you, Sir AJ, sa pag-clarify. Hopefully,
Yeah.
nasatisfy na natin si Raylin sa question.
Si Mami
na,
Raylin ba yan?
si Raylin, baka kapangalan lang po, no?
O
Ay,
kapangalan lang.
kapangalan lang. So, for our next question, this is from Miss Riza. I think this is the last question na rin, Sir AJ. Because of the lifting of the community quarantines, bumalik na yung deadline of filing. Na-reject po yung sickness claim namin, kaya need naming i-refile as new transaction. Pagkapasa po namin, late filing na. So, paano daw po yun, Sir AJ?
Okay. So, Ma'am Risa, if ever po, kasi ang evaluation, paano pong na-reject po yung sickness claim namin, kaya nirefile namin as a new transaction. So, I believe this is filing of sickness notification. So, kasi po, sa evaluation po nito is sa medical. So, I cannot speak on behalf of the medical since sila po yung nag-evaluate po nito. Might as well po, you can personally message lang po or coordinate with your account officer, with your SSS servicing branch para po makipag-coordinate po sa amin. Or pwede po kayo mag-email po sa amin din po sa SMD benad@sss.gov.ph para po mas clear din po and properly refer po natin or endorse po natin yung concern po ninyo sa appropriate unit po ng may handle po ng concern po ninyo. So again, as to transaction po, sickness notification po ito is part ng function po sa evaluation ng Medical Operations Department. So, Ma'am Riza, you can email na lang po kami sa SMD Benefits Administration Department at smdbenad@sss.gov.ph para mas clear din po kasi hindi ko po kayo pwedeng mabigyan ng answer since hindi ko po nakikita personally yung screenshot na sinabi ninyo and then the details po para mas ma-assess po natin further kung talaga bang ka-reject or talaga bang may subject pa ito for pwedeng ma-reconsider pa from the medical side.
Ayun, maraming salamat, Sir AJ, and sa pagbahagi din ng email address no ng department ninyo. That's again, that's smdben@sss.gov.ph. Again, mga ka-eskwela, if you have any concerns regarding sickness benefit, Sir AJ would be more than happy to help you. Just email them your concern, more especially yung SSS number, di ba? Kailangan din yun. And valid ID, mag-attach lang din doon.
Yeah,
and isend yung email sa smdbenad@sss.gov.ph.
At kung gusto niya na lang talaga ng face-to-face, they may also coordinate po with their account officer para ma-assist din po sila. And then kung hindi naman din po masagot ni account officer, sa amin naman din po sila nakikipag-coordinate.
Ayan. Maraming salamat, Sir AJ. Kala ko bibigay mo na yung personal work email mo, sir.
Sa'yo na lang, sir.
Ayan. Once again, Sir AJ, maraming salamat for discussing the resumption of the prescriptive filing period ng ating sickness benefit.
Maasahan ang kabalikat ng bayan, handog sa miyembro, serbisyo magkabago, Express.